If silence has left you questioning everything, this reading is for you. We're looking at what they feel, what they're avoiding, and when this energy begins to shift. Hey there, pile one. So this is your reading if you chose the beautiful amethyst crystal. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we're going to go ahead and look at the overall energy. And we're going to see, well, the first thing we're going to look at is why you have been waiting on this person for so long. So, yeah, so we're going to see, why has pile one been waiting on this person for so long? I just heard like you thought that maybe by now that they would choose you, okay? All right, we have the Nine of Cups. But they could, the problem is that I feel like for a lot of you, they could be dealing with a third party situation. But they actually could be getting out of it. That's the thing. Like, I feel like they could be getting out of it, and maybe that's something you might not know that's going on behind the scenes. Okay, so we have the Nine of Wands. All right. Oh, okay. The Knight of Pentacles wanted to come out. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. But see, here's the thing. I think that if this person does come back in, I feel like Spirit is kind of warning you what this person's intentions are if they were to come back in. Because I get like this, a lot of like in and out energy with this person. Okay, we have the Four of Swords. Let's see, pile one, why do they keep, okay, oh yeah, look at that. We got the Devil card, Capricorn energy, and wow, we got a lot of Earth energy, you guys. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, so lots of, okay, because usually when I get any kind of, well, not all the time, but like when I get a court card and it's an Earth energy, I usually, you know, look at Earth energy as, you know, because Earth is one of the slowest moving signs in the tarot. So I get like there's something about this person where like you find this person, like maybe you kind of wonder why you're attracted to this person to begin with. Like maybe you don't understand the I was going to say the psychology, like the psychology of it, of like why you're attracted to this person. And so maybe you're so stuck on them because you're waiting to see if they're going to come back differently. Okay, and also I am getting something about like maybe you've kind of wondered why this person chose to be with someone else and not you. You know, it could be that sort of situation. Yeah, see, and then I get like with this Devil card, I get like them being tied and bound to another you know, situation. It could even be a work situation, but for a lot of you, I feel like it's like a relationship dynamic that maybe like they can't get out of. But yeah, I feel like you just can't get your head wrapped around like the idea that, oh my God, I can't believe they would go to that other person after they told me that they loved me and wanted to be with me and that sort of thing. But for whatever reason, they went, you know, they thought the grass was greener on the other side. And, you know, and now it's like it's really taking a detriment like out of you. You know, with that whole situation. And trust me, I know exactly what you're going through, you guys. I used to go through a similar situation, okay, but many years ago, okay, but because I feel like, okay, because what else I'm getting is like the whole, like, okay, if this person is in another third party situation, I feel like it's like that dynamic itself has been slow to start. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Like I get like like the process of maybe like maybe it took a long time for this person to even get to where they're at now. Like in other words, I'm trying to see how I can like make this make sense to you guys, because I get like like, okay, so for some of you, maybe they were with or involved with this person for a very long time. And then, like, maybe it took a long time to even get with this person, or for things to finally, like, fall into place with them and this other person. Like, maybe, like, behind the scenes, for some of you, not all of you, but for some of you, like, your person wanted this third party, and maybe it finally did happen, and maybe that's why it took a long time for it to process. And then it finally happened, and then that's when, like, maybe your person hit you with, like a brick, basically. Like, it hit you like a truck when this person, like, said, well, there's someone else, I can't do this anymore, whatever the case may be. And of course, that really tore you down. Okay, that's just what the main scenario I get. Now, it could be something else going on that may have made your person come away from this connection. Okay, just so you guys know, but do what you see fit. Okay, but yeah, I feel like maybe for a lot of you, this is why you've been waiting so long on this person, because, like, there's something about this whole process. Like, either you've been dealing with this person a long time, or, like, it really, something happened and it really threw you off when they left, or something like that. Because I just get so much slowness around this energy, like, within this dynamic. Okay, so, ooh, that was a lot to get out. All right, so next we're going to go ahead and see what actually, so we're going to take a look at what actually changes in their energy when you stop waiting on them. So when you stop waiting on them, what actually changes within them? Okay, so let's see. I'm going to try that again. Hold on. Because I feel like I wasn't really that focused in the energy when I was trying to flip the cards. Okay, so let's see. What actually changes in Pile 1's person when they stop waiting? Okay, wow. All right, so we have firestorm. Karma, drama, endings, loss, mental breakdown. Ooh. Okay. I did hear something about a fight or an argument, which kind of makes sense with this reading, because, maybe there was a fight or an argument between you and this person, or that could even be going on behind the scenes between them and this third party situation, whatever the case may be. But as far as the changes in their energy, what actually changes in their energy when you finally stop waiting for them? I feel like, okay, I did hear a wake-up call, which is actually, can definitely be a good thing. But see, the thing is, okay, see, Spirit is warning me again. The thing is that you have to be careful about with this person. If they were to come back, you got to be careful with them, because I feel like that they're going to come, they might come back in and be, try to be all lovey-dovey with you, or try to, talk you out, or apologize or something like that. I feel like they're going to kind of tell you what you want to hear, Pile 1. And, and at least until things kind of calm down with this person and whatever happened with the third party. Okay, is what I'm picking up. So I feel like, honestly, like, I feel like it's like the things that you think, like, you got to be careful, because you might think that they have changed if they did come back, but Spirit's like, this person has not done the work. This person, I feel like it's like surface level changes. It's not that deep. Like, they have not gone deep and went to therapy and fixed their attachment style, or whatever the case may be. I just feel like there's just surface level fluff is kind of what I call it. So you got to be careful of their surface level actions that they take. The only way you're going to really see if this person is sincere is what they do with you over time. Okay, so don't let them whisper in your ear and tell you what you want to hear and things like that. You gotta see what their actions are over time. Okay, so that's kind of like the warning. So it's like the changes you might see in them, I feel like are just going to most likely be temporary, but just be on the lookout with this for this person. Okay, is what I'm getting. So now we're going to look at, next we're going to look at what part of you begins to heal once you stop waiting. So what part of pile one begins to heal once you stop waiting on this person? Okay, what part of pile one begins to heal? Oops. What part of pile one begins to heal once they stop waiting on this person? What part of pile one? Ooh. Pile number one. Ooh, I love this for you. And it says, I am beautiful. Wow. Okay, so I don't feel like reading out the cards today. So I really feel like that for a lot of you, you're going to really start to see who you like. There's this energy of like you're going to start seeing seeing who you truly are as an individual. And I feel like, you know, you're going to start seeing your worth and value more once you actually stop waiting on this person. Okay, because I do get a lot of like fed up type energy with a lot of you when it comes to this person. Because like, I feel like, you know, this person has been in and out, hot and cold, can't decide what they want, you know, this, that, and the third. But Spirit is kind of like, if you finally just stop being afraid and just, you know, let this person go fully, okay, I feel like you're going to start like you're going to start seeing yourself for who you seeing yourself more for who you are. And there is something about, and it's funny because I'm getting something about appearance. So maybe maybe you look, I just heard look in the mirror. So maybe when you look in the mirror, you may not like what you see, or it could even be an internal thing. And like Spirit's kind of like, once you stop waiting on this person, you're going to really start seeing literally how amazing you are. Because a lot of you guys, I feel like you felt very ugly inside. Okay, and of course I'm not attacking you, this is just what I'm getting as downloads. Okay, so take what resonates. But I feel like a lot of you guys just really just couldn't see yourself. You couldn't really truly see the beauty inside or outside of yourself. And I feel like you're going to start seeing that. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and look at, let's see, what truth becomes clear when you no longer are emotionally paused. I can't even read my own question, structure question. Let's see. What truth becomes clear when you are no longer emotionally paused? I should have rephrased that question. So, okay, so we have I miss seeing you. Or you know what? I think I know how I can rephrase this question for you guys. So basically, we're going to ask like, what truth you actually need to know about this connection. I think that's a lot easier because I'm like, how did I phrase this question again? Because I wanted to make this reading very engaging for you. So for you guys, just for you guys. So I feel like the truth that what you need to know, the truth that you guys need to know about this connection is, you know what, I might have to do something about this part of the reading. So anyway, if you haven't clicked off, so I feel like let's see, with this card, the truth becomes clear. I feel like for a lot of you, you guys are going to start really seeing this, like eventually you're going to, I feel like a lot of you guys are kind of seeing this connection really, like there's a lot, I just heard a lot of fog. So like maybe it took you a long time to really see, you know, like this connection for what it really is. Like maybe you had your you know, as they say, your rose-colored glasses on for a long time when it comes to this person and this connection. So I feel like, you know, a lot of you guys had a hard time like seeing, yeah, seeing this connection for what it really is. And, you know, you really had this vision of how this person was, how you wanted this person to show up for you. And maybe you're, you know, maybe it's been so long, you're just like, and maybe you're starting to give up on that fantasy. Okay, a lot of us do it. We create this fantasy of how we want things to be with the person. Okay, so, okay, you know, yeah. So I feel like, you know, maybe you were hoping that this person would reciprocate in regards to this connection, but maybe that just never really did happen. The way that you wanted things to turn out to be, or how you wanted this person to show up. Okay, so that's kind of like, yeah, that's kind of like the truth that became clear to you about this connection is just, you know, you seeing this connection for what it really is. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to rephrase this question because, you know, for the other two piles, but hopefully regardless of how I phrase this question for you guys for this reading, hopefully the message, you know, came across, you know, easily for you guys. But yeah, so all right, so lastly, we're going to go ahead and see what's going to be opening up for you, like what's going to come in for you once you release waiting, like once you stop waiting for this person. So, okay, this wanted to come right out. I was like, damn, I barely even shuffled. So we have holding on. You must release old ties in order to have a fresh start with somebody new. And isn't this what this reading is about, right? So, but this is about what's going to be opening up for you once you stop waiting on this person. So, okay, yeah, see, I just heard a lot of options. So, like, I feel like once you actually detach, once you actually finally, like, start to heal and let this person go fully, then, you know, somebody better and somebody new can come in. Because even though I do feel like a lot of you guys are going to be leaving this person behind, but maybe it's been really, really difficult for you to fully like let go of them because you're still emotionally and maybe even physically attached to them for some of you. Okay, so I feel like spirit is really saying for a lot of you guys, there's still some tied up emotions you may have for this person. Don't try to deny it, okay? Just saying. Don't try to act like you don't, because a lot of you guys still do. You just don't want to admit it. And listen, it's okay if you don't want to admit that. That's on you, okay? But like, yeah. So spirit is like, you know, you got to start emotionally letting, like, I do see a lot of you guys eventually emotionally letting go of this person, but it's you're still holding on to them energetically, and that's what's keeping you stuck on this person. So like spirit's like, okay, the more you detach, once you come away from this person, then something new and divine can come in, like it did for me. Okay. Just saying. So all right, so that is your reading, pile number one. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. You can also pick another pile because there might be some other messages that might resonate for you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you guys want a personal reading, I do those. The link is in the description. And now we're going to move on to pile number two. Hey there, pile number two. This is your pile if you chose the blue soda light crystal for your reading. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the overall energy, and we're going to see why you've been waiting on this person for so long. So let's see why pile number 2 has been waiting on this person for so long. Oh, okay. This is interesting. For a lot of you, I feel like this could be a new connection. I just heard like 0 to 6 months. So you could have known this person for up to 6 months. Okay. All right. So this is interesting. Wow. The 9 of Cups. Okay. Oh, we got another one. We have the Temperance card. See, we have the 9 of Cups for pile 1 as well. Okay, so Sagittarius energy, and then we have Page of Wands. Some of you guys could be dealing with a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, let's see. Pile number 2. Why have you been waiting? Okay, we have the Sun card. I just heard happily ever after. Okay, we have Leo energy again. Or fire, well, Leo is a fire sign, so. Okay, we have the 5 of Wands. Dang, what's going on, pile number 2? Let's see. Did they go and live happily ever after with someone else? Or oh, you know what? Okay, you really do see yourself happy, like in a happily ever after situation. So it could be with someone else, but I feel like for a lot of you, like you really do see a happy ending with this person. Okay, and then we have the Page of Swords. So we have a lot of fire and air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Okay, so pile number 2. Why have you been waiting on this person? Okay. You know what? Yeah, see, a lot of you guys are newly dating this person, or you just started to see this person. You could even be in a situation where maybe you're waiting for this person to make a decision on, on like how you guys are going to move forward, like boyfriend, girlfriend. And maybe some of you guys have been talking about marriage with this person, or you at least want to know where things are headed, with this person. Yeah, because I feel like there's something about wanting to know where you stand, or you want to know where this is going, between you and this connection with this person. But I feel like there may be a little bit of conflict here, because we do have the 5 of Wands. So like, I don't know if this person's trying to make you wait with that Temperance card here, like, or maybe you're still trying to wait things out. Maybe you're still trying to get some questions answered between, about this person. And I just heard about their living situation, so I don't know, do they have like a complicated living situation or something for some of you? They could even be, maybe they're living with a third party situation. So maybe they're like telling you, oh, me and my ex broke up. We're just roommates now. But maybe you have questions about that. And maybe you're just kind of like, I don't know. Let's just see how this goes. And maybe you're trying to get answers about that. Okay. That's just for a few of you. That's a download I'm getting. Okay. Or, I mean, but it could be about any type of situation you could be dealing with this. Between between you and this person. Okay, so I really feel like kind of overall energy is sort of like you're trying to, there are still some unanswered questions that you have about this person as you're getting to know them. And and I feel like maybe once you do finally get those answers, that's going to help you determine whether or not you want to move things forward with them. Okay, or the situation could be switched around. Maybe they're asking you questions about your situation, what you got going on. Okay. um yeah, I feel like a lot of you, this is like a brand new connection. Okay, like maybe you've been communicating a lot with this person back and forth with this Page of Swords card here. So I feel like things seem to be pretty good on a surface level. I don't think you really got too deep with this person yet, but I feel like, you're still in that period where you're trying to figure things out, with this person. And then there's something about kids, you guys. So I don't know if this person has kids, maybe you have kids, or it could even be where you just don't, I don't know, there's something about this dynamic that maybe you're not too fond of. And like I said, it could be that root, that ex situation I was just talking about, or it could be something else. Maybe they have kids with someone, with someone else, and or with just with an ex or something, right? And you're still like, you have questions about that. So I don't know, just take what resonates, but that's what I'm getting. So yeah, it's just a lot of unanswered questions I feel that you have with this person. So let's see what actually changes in this person's energy when you, well, when you stop waiting on this person, or in this case, in this reading, what actually changes in this person's energy, at least until you get your questions answered. Let's just put it that way. Hopefully that makes sense. But okay, let's see what actually changes in this person's energy when they stop waiting. Okay, so we have, that's 2 cards. Okay, hold on. Okay, so let's see. What is actually changing in this person's energy when you stop waiting on them? Okay, here we go. So, wow. All right, so we have blocked. So, okay, this is interesting, pile number 2. Did you give this person a time frame? Like maybe you were like, oh my God, if they don't give me an answer within 3 days, I'm blocking them or I'm moving on. Yeah, I feel like I just heard it again. The time is ticking. So I feel like maybe you're trying to patiently wait for this person to give you an answer, because maybe they haven't really explained their situation fully. And, maybe you've set a boundary and maybe you're just like, well, I'm giving this person so and so amount of time for them to explain to me what's going on. If not, then I'm moving on. However, since this question is about what actually changes in so like, let's say they, like, maybe it, okay. So like, let's say, I don't know. Like, let's say they don't, like maybe things have been delayed, like they've been delayed with their answer. So I feel like the thing about this person is I feel like that they are willing to do what it takes to move this connection along with you, for some of you. But like, I feel like are they a slow, I just heard, are they a slow texter or a slow responder? Because I get like, with some things they kind of are slow to explain themselves or slow to respond or something like that. And like, whatever situation they got going on and where they kind of had to take a step back to give you a valuable answer or whatever you have questions about, I feel like what's going to happen is like, if like they're most likely going to like try to like, hit you up or something, maybe at the very last minute, once you actually, like, if they do go past your boundary. Like if it takes them more than 3 days, like for example, to respond to give you an answer, and you cut them off, then that's when they're gonna I think they're gonna try to chase you down a little bit or see what's going on. Like, I feel like that they're going to owe you an explanation. I hope that makes sense. So this person may have a little bit of a chasing energy, like, yeah, chasing energy within them. But like, I think that they know that you're not going to wait around forever, at least for most of you. But for others of you, I feel like, I don't know, like, I feel like for others of you, if that's not the situation, maybe this is somebody new, but I don't know, did you already cut them off for whatever reason? Like, maybe you just don't have the patience. You just don't have the patience with I don't know, there's something about this person is really slow to respond, is what I get with this. Okay, so, all right. Hey, it is what it is. But, all right, so next we're going to go ahead and see what part of you begins to heal once you stop waiting on this person. So this is going to be kind of centering more on you, pile number 2, okay? I almost called you guys pile number 3, but I didn't. Let's see, what part of pile number 2 begins to heal once you stop waiting on this person? What part of, okay. Ooh, oh wow, okay, we have creative expression. So, you know what? I feel sometimes I swear the cards can be so literal, because I feel like for a lot of you, like maybe in the past, in past relationships, you didn't really, maybe you kept quiet, maybe you weren't literally that expressive about your needs, but I feel like maybe now you're being a little bit more, I was going to say diplomatic, a little bit more diplomatic, or like maybe more just like you're not afraid to say what you need in a dynamic. And I feel like this is what kind of intrigues this person about you, is like, you're not afraid to speak up. Like you're the type of person that's kind of like that doesn't play around, okay? And this person really likes that about you. So I feel like, and maybe that's something some of you guys have worked on, is expressing your needs. Like maybe once you started setting boundaries, like it was a lot easier for you to tell your partner, or just people in general, your relationships, what you need. Because that is really important, you guys. You got to be able to, because people can't really read your mind, and so once they, yeah. And so I feel like you've been working on that for a lot of you, and you're still working on that. Like maybe at times you kind of hesitate and not want to say anything, but Spirit is saying you are working on being more expressive, being, and that gives that kind of sorts of that kind of sort oh my god, I can't even talk. That kind of sort of like cute, like it kind of lets this person know, like, oh, okay, this is what pile number 2 needs, let me try to meet them there. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. So I feel like you're kind of like in a transition period with, as far as what part of you begins to heal once you stop waiting. Because here's the thing, pile number 2, I feel like you don't wait, which is great, right? You don't wait on anybody. You're the type of person that takes action, okay, is what I get. So you're not waiting around. So I feel like, yeah, you're like in a transition period. Like you're still, getting, you're not wasting your time on certain people. You just keep it moving, okay? So now we're going to go ahead now. I was like trying to rephrase this question for pile number 1. So I finally got it straight. So we're going to ask, what truth becomes clear when you stop waiting on this person? So what truth becomes clear to pile number 2 once they stop waiting on this person? What truth becomes clear? And we're using my Hidden Truth Volume 2 deck. Okay, so we have, I wish we can go back. So, let's see. So pile number 2. What truth becomes clear when you stop? Well, I can tell you right now, pile number 2, is that, like, see, oh wow, this is kind of what happened with me. It's like when I had started dating again, I, like, basically stopped I was able to wipe out people who I knew were a waste of time, instead of sitting around thinking that it might have some type of potential, right? And that's the difference, that makes a really big difference in you once you start to heal and things like that, right? You know, you waste your time less on people who aren't on your level, you know what I mean? So I feel like this is kind of more like you're no longer going to, like, you're no longer in a place where you're just going to be spending too much time on people who, you know, like, let's say, who have avoidant, tendencies, or who feel off or chaotic, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Like, you're no longer ignoring the red flags with people. And so when you stop, like, I feel like, see, the thing is, so when you actually, like, cut this person loose, you know, it's going to take them by surprise. And so that's going to kind of, like, you know, give you a peace of mind. Like, in a sense, it's going to kind of give you a peace of mind, because, you know, you're like sort of letting this person know, like, hey, don't waste my time. You know what I mean? It's either you're going to give me the answers that I want, or you're just going to, you know, I'm going to have, or you know, they need to go, and you know, you're just going to keep it moving. Okay? So yeah, this is kind of like you waking up more to your value about yourself. Okay? Even though I feel like for a lot of you, I feel like it's already, like, you know, in the process, or like you're already doing this. You're already embodying that person who knows their worth, who you know, has boundaries, has needs, not afraid to express them, that sort of thing. Okay, is what I get from this card. So very interesting, pile number 2. All right, lastly, we're going to go ahead and see what is opening up for you once you actually release this waiting pattern. Okay, so what's going to open up for you once you release this waiting pattern? So, okay, so we have love's the answer. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Love won't solve your problems. You need to work on being independent. Okay, so pile number 2. Even though, you know, in your pile, at least in your reading, you know, I feel like that you are doing, you know, you're pretty diligent about not waiting on people for too long, you know what I mean? But I feel like, you know, like, because I feel like basically spirit is just kind of like, keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, you know, because I feel like a lot of you guys are definitely putting yourselves first. You're no longer letting people, you know, I was going to say eat you alive, but, like, you know, you're no longer letting people be on the pedestal. Like, you're putting yourself up there. Okay, that sort of thing. And I feel like you got, if you haven't found the right person for you yet, you know, I mean, even if it's not this person, they're going to come in. So I know how it feels when you're out there dating and you're like, man, where are all the, you know, good men or good women? And spirit's like, they're coming, trust me. Because I was in that waiting, I felt like I was kind of waiting for a while too, when I was on my healing journey and stuff too. And then all of a sudden he just, you know, the person I'm engaging with now just popped up out of the blue. He actually matched with me, and let me tell you, it's kind of a scary thing, but in a good way, when they start showing so many like, I was going to say red flags, green flags. See, and that's the thing, is that we're so used to encountering people with red flags, right? See, now I want to say green, right? And so, and then once we find someone who has a whole bunch of green flags, it's just like, whoa, okay, I'm not used to this. And so spirit is big. And the reason I'm saying this is because spirit is just kind of like, you just got to be a little bit patient. So continue living your own life and doing what you need to do, pile number 2. Because if it's not this person, then somebody else better is going to be coming in for you. So it's just a matter of, like, you know, yeah, keep doing what you're doing and the right person will come in. So it's not really a waiting game anymore. It's just a matter of timing, you know what I mean? Pretty much, if I were to simplify it, okay? So, that was a lot. But I hope this helped. I hope it resonated. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that hype button, you guys, for me. It definitely goes a long way on my channel. And now we're going to move on to pile number 3. Hey there, pile number 3. This is your pile if you chose the black obsidian crystal or black tourmaline, one of the two. I don't know which one it is, but I think it's a black obsidian. But anyway, so let's go ahead and look at the overall energy of why you've been waiting on this person for so long. So why has pile number 3 been waiting on this person for so long? And the first card I wanted to come out is, okay, we have the Hierophant in reverse. Okay, hopefully you guys can, I'm going to shift these cards up so you guys can see them. Okay, so that's Taurus energy. So what's going on? Did this person jump into another commitment, or you found out that they didn't want commitment? Okay, we have the Seven of Swords in the upright position. Okay, let's see, why has pile number 3 been waiting on this person for so long? Okay, we have the Justice card, so you guys could be dealing with a Libra. Yeah, I just heard it again, where this person did not give you the commitment that you had signed up for, is what I get. Okay, let's see, pile number 3, why has... Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles. I'm getting Aries energy as well, too. Okay, we have the Three of Wands. And let's get one more card. Pile number 3. Why have they been waiting on this person for so long? You may have been dealing with this person for several years, so I don't really feel like this is a new person. Okay, and then we have the Page of Swords. Okay, pile number 1 had that card in the same position, so you might want to check that pile out. Might have some messages in there. So that's Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. Okay, so pile number, if I can get this camera right. Okay, so sorry about that, you guys. So pile number 3. Okay, this is interesting. So maybe you have been like this person has been acting like they want a commitment or that they want to be with you. Like I feel like this person has been showing you that they want to be with you. But like this is kind of weird because like I get like, but like maybe they keep talking to you every day, but maybe they haven't asked you out yet. Is kind of what I was getting, because I was just like, they're doing this, but they're not doing, like they're doing this, but they're doing that type energy. You know what I mean? Or they say one thing and then they do another. Okay, and Seven of Swords, I don't really like this card in the tarot deck, but basically, you know, Seven of Swords is about sneakiness, you know, that sort of thing. It does have some other meanings to it, but I feel like, okay, what is up with this person? Because I get like, what the heck? What, they thought that they can have, are they dealing with someone else? Because I just heard like, they thought that they can have their cake and eat it too? Are they dealing with more than one person? Are they non-committal? Are they emotionally unavailable? What is it with that Hierophant in reverse, pile number 3? Like, who is this person? Because I get like, yeah, see, they're saying it again. This person does one thing and they do one thing, they act one way and do another. Are they like rotating you and another person? That's what I just keep getting. Yeah, there definitely could be 2 people here. So this is kind of like pile number 1, because they had third party in their reading too. So yeah, and see, like they keep communicating with you back and forth. Maybe they're saying that they love you, this, that, and the third. And because they're doing all of this, all of these things, that's what's making you wait and hold on to hope that they'll choose you, that they'll be with you because they say that they are. But why aren't they doing it is the question. They want to keep the peace. What peace? What where's the peace? How is this keeping any, you know, how is this keeping any peace? That's my question. Is this person with you for money? Maybe they're with this other person for money, or with you for money because they know it benefits them. It doesn't have to be money, but it could be like there's something about this dynamic that they like that benefits them is what I get. And that's why, like, but it drives you it does drive you crazy though, pile number 3. But like, you're stuck in a rut, is what I feel like. You're very stuck in a rut. And yeah, see, like, this person's like, oh yeah, pile number 3, we're going to do this together. We're going to go hike. I don't know why I got hiking. Do you guys go hiking in the mountains or something? Or maybe at a park, a national park, I heard. Um, that remind me of I don't know if any of you guys live in California, but I used to live in California. I used to go to the Griffith Park. It's the second largest park in the world. So I don't know, maybe some of you guys go there. That park is pretty cool, I must say. But anyway, and there's a zoo inside of it and everything. They have a golf course. Ooh, anyway, so you can go up to the Hollywood sign. You can do all kinds of stuff in there. But yeah, I feel like it's like, what the heck? This person likes the benefits, and that's why they are like juggling you and juggling someone else. And yeah, I don't like that energy, but it is what it is. So okay, so let's see what else we got. So yeah, it's been hard for you to leave this situation because this person has been making you broken promises, and like, you're still hoping that one day it'll just finally happen. That maybe they'll leave this other person and be with you. Or maybe some of you guys don't even know that they're dealing with someone else and you at the same time, okay? But just take that if it resonates. If it doesn't, don't take what I'm saying with that part of the reading, okay? So let's see, what actually changes, if anything changes, in their energy once you stop waiting on them? Okay, so it looks like we have the Cope card that wanted to come out. So I don't know if this person drinks a lot, or it doesn't have to be that, but like, I just heard smoking cigarettes at night on the balcony. So I don't know if someone literally does that. And then I just like envisioned like somebody smoking cigarettes on a balcony overlooking the city. So maybe someone lives like in a condo over the city, like overlooking and seeing the city lights of LA. I just got specifically, so it's funny how I'm getting like LA vibes again. So here's the thing though, pile number 3 is, you know what's interesting though? It's like this person does see you as long-term potential in the future though, like maybe later down the line. But the thing is, you guys, is that even though this person may see some potential in you long term, like they can see you as wifey or husband material, but I feel like it might be a very long time before they even get to that point, before they can even see themselves, being in, labeling themselves as that. You see what I'm saying? So, and so like, of course it is going to shock the heck out of them if you stop waiting for them and move on. You know what I mean? But but the thing is that I feel like you're in this place where you're just kind of coping and trying to wait and see what happens between you and this person. Okay, so I think it's time to kind of shake things up and stop waiting on them. Literally, pile number 3, I'm just saying, okay? Because there's nothing like wasting your years on somebody that is most likely not going to change, okay? Just saying, I know this from experience, but I feel like they might just get a little bit of a wake-up call if you did stop waiting on them. especially if you do it on an energetic level. Like if you were to truly heal and detach, then yeah, they could possibly change and finally give you the commitment that you want. But the thing is that nothing is promised, you guys. That's why you have to look at people's actions, what they do over time, not just tell you something one day and not do it, like this person is doing now. Okay, is what I'm getting. So Spirit's like, you got to take take things lightly with this person if they do make any changes at all. But, Spirit's kind of like, they wouldn't want you to keep waiting on this person thinking that they're going to change their mind and, you know, like, and be with you out of the blue, because I just feel like this person's not even in the mentality of being a husband or a wife right now, or whoever you're dealing with, even though like they're like, oh yeah, one day I can see pile number 3 being with them, but just not right now, you know what I mean? Because they got so much going on. All right, and I know that's pretty hard for you, a lot of you guys, to hear, but a lot of you guys do need to hear it. Okay, I'm not the type of tarot reader that's going to tell you what you want to hear. Okay, so let's see. So what part of you begins to heal once you stop waiting on this person? Yeah, that's the real question. So what part of you starts to heal once you stop waiting on this person? Because this is really important. And I bet you it's going to tie into your attachment style. Okay, because it always does. Okay, so we have I am thankful. Okay. So I do get something about appreciation, okay, like right off the bat. So I feel like once you stop waiting on this person, one thing that's going to heal within you, I feel like that's going to actually make other people start appreciating you more. Because I feel like a lot of you guys don't, maybe you feel underappreciated or unappreciated, I should say. Like, and it makes you feel, maybe it makes you feel really low or not good about yourself, because maybe you're the type of person that gives and gives and gives, for example, and never gets, never receives. And I feel like once you stop waiting on this person, that's going to sort of teach you, like, in a sense where it's like, oh wow, I finally stopped giving to this person, and now I feel like people are now giving back to me more. Okay, that sort of thing is kind of what I'm feeling. That begins to heal within yourself, which is, because you want people to reciprocate to you. Okay, and that was one thing that I used to struggle with, and that really comes hand in hand with anxious attachment. All my anxious attachment style people out there, I talk about this on my podcast. The Divine's Finest, if you don't already know, that's my other channel. But yeah, so, and that's a hard thing for us anxious attachers, is that we tend to overgive, right? A lot to people, even to people that don't even deserve it. And see, once you stop doing that, once you stop giving to people and overgiving to people who don't even reciprocate, then that's when you'll start to meet people who will give to you without you even doing anything at all. And that's one thing that started happening to me, with the person I'm talking to now. It's like I don't have to perform. I don't have to do anything. He just gives to me every single day, and I don't have to lift a finger. Okay, so yes, you can have someone who's hot and someone who's secure. Okay, that's definitely possible, because I'm experiencing it, and I know you can too. So I know that was a long message, but it needed to be said. All right, so now we're going to see what truth becomes clear when you stop waiting on this person. So what truth becomes clear when you stop waiting on this person? And I kind of messed up on this question in pile number 1, so that's how I meant to put it. But we have you inspire me. Okay, so I kind of got this a little bit in all 3 piles, where, like, the truth, like, when it comes to the truth, that becomes clear is like, you know, you start to really see yourself as who you're truly meant to be, and so will other people. Meaning like, you know, if you, like I did mention the whole overgiving thing. So like if you were the type of person who gave and gave and gave, like once you put that to a stop, then people are gonna just, you know, they're just gonna start doing, like it's almost like an automatic thing. It's like once you stop over giving, and then it's like the universe like starts to bring you people who, you know, who will reciprocate. It's so crazy how that works. But yeah, it's like boundaries are going to be really huge for you guys. So because it does go hand in hand with boundaries as well too. So maybe a lot of you guys struggle with boundaries, and so spirit's just kind of like the truth that you need to see, or the truth that will become clear to you is like literally setting more boundaries for yourself once you stop waiting on this person. Because I think, yeah, that's going to be a really I think that's going to be like sort of kind of like your soul lesson or your karmic lesson, is to set, you know, set boundaries or stronger boundaries for yourself. So, you know, you can, that way, you know, people can start reciprocating towards you. Okay. That's kind of what I get from that card. So interesting. All right. So lastly, we're going to go ahead and see what's going to open up for you once you release this waiting pattern that you have in dynamics like this one. Okay. If I can get the cards to cooperate. Let's see, what is opening up for pile number 3 once they release this waiting pattern. Okay, and we're using my single and relationships oracle deck. Let's see, what is opening up for pile number 3 once they release this waiting pattern, especially when it comes to people like this that they're dealing with. Okay, so we have, wow. Okay, yeah, pile number 3, fear, loneliness. You stay in bad relationships because you're lonely. Be okay with being, yeah, this is, I think this is going to be a big one for you guys too. So, a lot, you know, a lot of times, so maybe you're the type of person, pile number 3, where, you know, maybe you get into relationships to prevent from feeling so lonely or being lonely. Okay, like maybe you're the type of person that likes people around you, because maybe when people are not around, you know, you feel abandoned. Therefore, you know, you kind of start to rely on other people to, you know, to be there. And, you know, and when they're not, you know, you just feel, maybe you get really triggered or something. So I feel like, I think once you know, it really does tie into attachment styles. I know I talk a lot about that, you guys, but it's so true, because it's like when you really start to heal yourself, you do feel less lonely. Like you'll start to feel more secure within yourself. And so this is kind of more like you becoming more secure within yourself, and that's what's going to make you more, like, less dependent on other people to fill the void, you know what I mean, of that like if it is literally loneliness. So like, you know, you'll start to, yeah, you'll start to be less dependent on people to fulfill your, you know, or meet your needs. Okay. um so I think that's what's gonna like open up for you, is being more secure within yourself is going to kind of cure that loneliness and abandonment fear within yourself. Okay, so and how you do that is basically, you know, just start asking, what is it that, you know, you need right now. So like when you get up, and I used to do this too when I was healing, like I'm like, what do I need right now? What's going to make me happy right now? And it's like once you start to do that more and more and more, you know, you'll stop looking outside of yourself for people to fulfill you. Okay, I promise you, it works wonders. Let me tell you, okay? So, wow, what a reading. But I hope this reading does make sense for a lot of you guys. I know it was a lot. It was pretty in depth, honestly. I didn't expect for it to go that deep. But this reading is kind of more about you, this connection, what you can do to move forward, that sort of thing, okay? So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that hype button. It does help my channel out a whole lot. And I will see you guys in the next pick a card reading. Bye.